For the other irregularities that your party has noted, have you brought it up with the INEC chairman? What's the plan?
Well, I can't speak for the party right now. The candidate will be the one to be able to talk about all of that and what the plan is. But just to know that one of our polling unit agents was killed, Mr. Musa Abubakar at Gwagwa. I mean,
was killed?
Yeah, killed. Was killed. And election shouldn't be something that someone is losing. He was stabbed.
At the polling unit?
Yes, at the polling unit. He was stabbed in Gwagwa. Let me see, either the polling unit or the collation center, one of them. Let me not get the fact.
A random stabbing? Was there?
No, they came in, they wanted to change, I think it was a polling unit, they wanted to change, do some of those things that they were not supposed to do, and then he held on to it. How do I put it? He tried to stop them, and then so they stabbed him, and then other polling unit agents sort of like ran away. Yes, Malam Musa Abubakar, he has a name, he has a son, and he has a wife, a young woman who her husband went out in the morning, and then now she's widowed just because he went to participate in the election. And we see a lot of, the intimidation and even the INEC, staff, the way they went about it, or it's not the way that it should be. And I think for me, one of the things that we as Nigerians should be mindful of not doing is celebrating criminality and thinking that's tactics. No. Tactics is when you go about persuasion. Tactics is when you do all you can to persuade the people to vote for you, and you allow free, fair, credible election, to be had. But if you're coming in to try to intimidate the people, to do everything underhanded to stop the process that is supposed to be free and fair, then that's no longer it. And even just before the election, also there were situations where, especially in Amak, where you had the billboard of Dr. Mo being removed, and another one, I think that of Mekalungu being put in there. They raised that issue. You also saw the places where an APC chieftain went to a place where they, I think that was at Mabushi now, because sometimes I get my geography a bit, I'm not very, I think that's Mabushi. And, he threatened, the residents of that place that if they do not vote APC, that they're going to be sent out of that particular place. I mean, what is INEC doing? All of those things, these things are on camera. It's not as if they're not.
Because that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, they're on camera.
It's one thing to accuse. No. If there's evidence.
There's evidence.
Has it been brought to the police? Has it been taken to the INEC chairman?
There were reports that were made, but as you know, nothing usually is being done. This is not the first time.
Let's be specific. On this particular matter, when it was reported that someone had gone into a neighborhood to threaten the people, what happened? Was the reporting to the police or to the
They were taken to the authorities.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything that has happened.
The authorities said we'll look into it.
As usual, that's what they say. But for me as a citizen and also as an ADC party member waiting to see what happened, I haven't seen anything, because ordinarily you would even say let the person be invited for questioning. Nobody's saying, arrest the person or doing anything as judicially, but just invite the person and begin to hear and start prosecution. They haven't.
The stabbing of your agent. The stabbing of your agent. I just wanted to be able to get how far we've gone with the process of getting justice in that matter.
Well, the process of getting justice, sometimes the way the Nigerian situation is, especially for the Muslims. And by the time we had even got, they had taken him up, they had buried him according to Islamic rites and all of that. Dr. Mo even put the message out on his handle, on his Twitter handle now known as X, talked about it, they're doing the 3 days prayers and all of that. And somehow Nigeria takes away your dignity, especially the state doesn't protect everyone. If you don't have the resources, you don't have the economic status. So at some time you're not thinking of fighting for justice, you're thinking more of survivor and just staying on, because you can easily be intimidated. And so sometimes trying to get the families, it's okay, let's pursue it. You're not in a position to be able to do that until when the family, does agree that they're going to go ahead with that. But yeah, his name is Musa Abubakar, very young man.
Tragic. His soul rest in peace.
Amen.